I feel like this is a gaming and geek podcast. It is what it is. But I feel like we could oversaturate ourselves here with gaming and geek topics.
Episode 7. I've no idea what to talk about today.
So,
was that in one? Was that in one? You're gonna have to bite at some point, and I'm waiting for the fallout. I want to see what happens when you bite it if crumbs come out like a fountain.
he wants to laugh so bad.
I'm waiting for biscuit to just shoot out.
It's gonna come out of his nose.
Come out of slow motion.
Did you ever get them little like toys as a kid and you put like the little disc?
Oh, he did it. We missed it. Did you do it as well? Get over the disc shooters, little foam things. Carry on, pal.
Anyway,
Gaming and geek saturated.
coming back off the latest hype around social media, that is Netflix original Making a Murderer.
Dun,
Everyone
dun,
seems to be
dun.
going off about this. I've started watching it. I am mad into it.
What is it?
It's based on a real life event. It's a documentary basically of a guy called Stephen Avery. He lived in a place called, I can't remember what the town was called now.
It's like very nearly Canada.
Manticoa.
Yeah,
or something like that.
it's a town.
It's like Minnesota or something
small
like that.
town in Minnesota. In
Minnesota.
And
Minnesota, eh?
he gets accused of this sexual assault charge or something, and then goes to prison for 18 years. Gets wrongfully accused, wrongfully trialed, and all sorts. So he gets released. Blah 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 blah, and then he gets accused of another murder and da 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 da. I'm not going to go into any more. Watch it if you're interested. But big conspiracy theory. Did he do it? Did he not do it? I just want to put it out there. Do you guys believe in conspiracy theories? Do you like them? Do you have one particular that you always thought, fuck, that's
interested
real?
in loads of them. Like when somebody talks about them, I'm like, right. But I'm never like.
So that's a gossip.
I'm never so into them to ever sort of re-preach them or like do anything about them. It's like people talk about the Illuminati conspiracy stuff, and it's like that's all interesting. It's like it has made lots of good books and films.
Yeah.
So like it's all very interesting. It's like when people talk about like things that like make sense, like when they talk about the way that the Twin Towers collapsed.
Yeah.
It's like, but I just like naively believe
fuel
them.
melted the steel
Yeah, exactly. But
beams it held.
I just naively believe them. I have no science background that knows that it would have fallen like this because only if there was dynamite around the base planted by the US government. But somebody's telling me this, and I'm like, oh shit. It could do that if a plane hit the top of it.
If
like,
a plane goes
I
into a
don't
building,
fucking
the
know.
building's going down.
Yeah. But
It's
basically,
a jumbo jet.
I was going to say
Those things are
that's-
big.
That's the
It's a
thing.
big building as well.
Big planes. They look real small on the footage, don't they? But then you actually stand
massive
next to a
planes,
plane.
they're
and
huge.
It's
I've been
knocking down
at
the
top
building.
of Twin Towers and they are fucking enormous.
My take on conspiracy theories is a lot of them interest me. So there are ones where I've gone away and it's not necessarily research, but I've looked into them and read about them purely out of interest rather than formulating an opinion. Because the idea, it interests me how these opinions in essence get generated. The two largest conspiracy theories are obviously going to be the moon landing and the Twin Towers.
JFK.
And
JFK.
and the people who I'm not an activist, so whatever my opinion is, I'm not going to scream about it and go, oh, I can't believe you believe this, like this clearly happened. How can you believe that they didn't land on the moon and stuff like this? And like, the idea interests me, but I genuinely don't care. I think there's
Probably the same with you. Like,
I tend to disassociate myself with things that have no impact on my life whatsoever. So I can just focus on my immediate life and improving what it is I'm trying to do. It's
the American
my goals and
dream.
ambitions. Whereas other
ignorance and
people
bliss.
get caught up in so much gossip that they hear these things and then it consumes their life. These are like the morons that watch like fucking Hollyoaks and EastEnders and they need this like false sense of community, and it's just like,
Oh, we did.
We talk about
Indeed.
conspiracy theories, and we talked about falling down rabbit holes like we normally do on tangents and stuff. When I start reading about a conspiracy theory, I'm in it till the end.
Yeah.
I'm on Wikipedia, and there's like it mentions this, and then there's a little name in blue, and I need to click his name and find out about him, and I need to click him, and I'm going. I know everything that happened on the Titanic. You want to talk to me about that? I know it all. I know that everyone that could have destroyed the modern banking system was on the boat, and everyone that supported it miraculously didn't go on the boat at the last second.
Topic number 3 is Rose a bitch. No.
Not the film Titanic. Let's get that. That's
I didn't know that.
DiCaprio.
yeah. I don't know what the names of people are now. I read this a while
I
ago.
only really ever go into like Wikipedia holes in like lore, as in like LORE
Yeah.
lore of various films and games, and NFL players.
Yeah.
I'm like, he won this award? What does this
How
award
many
do?
wives he beat this week?
How many children did he beat with sticks?
I've got some.
How many dogfights did he
His contract's just been renewed.
There's two maybe conspiracies. One of them's a little bit funnier than the other. Has anyone been paying attention to what Tila Tequila's been doing on Twitter these last couple of weeks?
That is.
She was in like an American TV show like The Bachelor or something, but she was the single person. It was loads of men that...
Yeah,
Bachelorette.
And it was men and women because I think she was bisexual or something. It was a real weird one. And since then she's become a porn star. And she's got a blue tick on Twitter, so people know who she is.
We know her from that picture of her and Shaquille O'Neal, and then there's a picture of a hamster with a massive banana in its mouth. It looks like it's about to explode.
Yeah. So
That's going to be the pick for this topic.
I need to write that down.
Tila Tequila has made a lot of wild claims on Twitter this week, and she's like, all this new year, new me stuff, and she's like, right, I'm putting it out there. If anyone out there can prove to me that the world isn't flat, I'll believe you. But to this point, the world is flat, and she flat out believes this. And someone took a photo from the top of Everest going, look, the curve of the world. And she went, GoPros don't count, they add the curve. And then you go through like this Twitter feed, because I was sitting there with Rachel like, can you believe this? And then she's talking about the fact that she's already died 3 times and the reptile people, which is the Illuminati thing, keep bringing her back because she's a higher being, and that's why everyone wants to sleep with her. And it's real messed up. You go on her Twitter feed, you just taking the crazy.
Of Cthulhu, like you don't know.
Taking the crazy.
She does sound batshit crazy.
The other one's a movie that came out this year, and it's how Kurt Cobain died. And it's the documentary. It's called Soaked in Bleach. And the good thing about this one is they reenact a lot of the scenes at like real film quality. But when Courtney Love was like, she had like private investigators get involved to try and find him. And he started realising that she was lying early on. So started recording all the conversations on like little dictaphones and stuff. So they have these actors doing these scenes, and then every now and again they'll break out and replay the tape in the gaps between the actors. Yeah, and you're listening to these things, and she's digging holes. Like she's getting herself into trouble with these tapes. You should definitely watch it. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. That's a real good one.
I'm interested in going round the table in that. Did she do it?
I'm not playing that game.
Which one?
I need to invest myself in a Wikipedia rabbit hole.
I'm going to play Dead
Kurt Cobain.
and I reckon she did do
Kurt
it.
Cobain.
Oh, right.
I concur.
Yeah.
Not that I have a fat lot of facts to go off, but I'm just going to say I reckon she did.
I'm going to flip a coin, and she did it.
My imagination goes wild when people talk about Kurt Cobain's suicide.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he shot himself in the face with a shotgun.
Just because
That's going to be the most awkward thing, like...
Just because I've heard stories
Like,
about
pull the trigger with your thumb.
the angle of the
There's
splatter
so much on that,
and
isn't
the
there?
fact-
For the gun and the
Yeah.
Well, now we've all watched Dexter, we should go back and reassess it. I know blood splatter.
Dexter.
Get it done, mate.
A lot of my sort of like
Stop at season 1.
as a second conspiracy theorist, I fully believe in aliens. Like
Yeah, standard.
I think it's a real thing. I don't think we're alone in the universe.
I don't think we can be. It's too
So,
big.
I don't actively like pursue like Scientology, but
Don't.
I do enjoy reading stories about UFO sightings. or
Yeah, likewise.
Roswell
it's interesting.
I mean,
stuff.
you say you believe in aliens, and I think
I believe,
everyone should believe
I
that it's like
believe
that.
that we've been visited. by
You believe that they've been here. That's what I wanted to get to.
definitely believe
Yeah,
they've
that's
been
what I wanted to
here.
get to.
So I'd see I'm shaky on that one, but I definitely believe there's got to be some other life form in the universe. Like
But the thing
there's got
is,
to be.
it's too big because, I mean,
Exactly.
there's that video going around on Facebook at the moment.
It says how small.
And it's how
our
small
solar
we actually
system
are, and you actually come out and
They
you
go to
see
the
everything.
super giant
I mean,
red thing, whatever it is.
I don't know if
And
how
then zooms out to the galaxy.
scientifically
Giants.
accurate it is because I'm not
Scientist.
a scientist.
Yeah.
I could probably ask somebody at work.
Scientists.
They are scientists. But it just seems to me like we're too small in a big place for us to be the only sort of like
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
So you know what's going on? Sorry, you know what's going on with the presidential race in America with Donald Hitler. And Hillary Clinton.
We won't share political opinions. However, he's a twat.
Yeah.
Many black suits arrive at the
Hillary
door.
Clinton has said, if you vote for me, I will find out what's going on in Area 51 and tell you all. That's her, mate. That's where she's going with this.
I like it.
Yeah.
I
I'm going to become American just so I can vote for Hillary. Yeah.
I was going to say, like, aliens clearly have to have come to Earth. I mean, like, who would have played them in the original Star Wars movies?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were convincing.
Yeah.
They
They certainly weren't prosthetics.
Yeah, I mean, you look at all like the ancient monuments, like the pyramids, for example, and the Mayan temples and stuff like that.
The ones that get me, I know exactly what you're referring to. Things like Stonehenge. The other one where it's like the big heads that stick out the floor.
Easter Island.
Yeah. But they actually got
Have you
like...
seen them?
Oh, and you dig down in the bodies. Yeah.
But so like the actual, you look at like the science behind and the research into like Stonehenge and how it was built.
Yeah.
No one knows how it was possible to have been built in that time.
Weren't the stones taken from like another side of the country or something?
Yeah.
And
Which should be impossible.
which should be impossible considering they're big fucking stones.
Yeah. And they're positioned in that formation.
Yeah.
That's hard enough to do now. That takes a long time.
Giants.
Okay, giants. Yeah.
That is
like
a
it.
definite, credible,
Yeah.
I want to see.
truthful truth.
I want to see
Brutus
dinosaurs
here
do
the
it.
other day, so
He can do that. I want to see
descendant.
dinosaurs do it. I want to see T-Rexes with their little arms trying to pick up these massive stones.
that's so
That's what I want.
That's why they're so small. All those lifting the big stones, it's like compress their arms into the body.
Have you seen
They had super long arms. It was like this.
Have you seen The Good Dinosaur?
Yeah.
The new Disney Pixar thing. Great.
Although we played against someone on Rocket League called Da Good Dinosaur the other night.
I couldn't hate him. It was a good
No, it was a great name. Yeah, great name.
Who was that German guy that we played against?
With that long ass name. I've got that saved on my PlayStation. I was going through my saved pictures, and the name, like, it says who scored, and his name doesn't fit on the screen.
Like Jesus had to Glieberkloppen or something.
I like to think that it's the safe word out of Eurotrip, then that would be pretty good.
I'll check it out. It's got some of them weird B's and E's that you don't get in our language. Yeah.
They sound like S's. Even though
double S. Oh no,
Yeah,
double S.
Double SV.
I can't remember what they're called.
Weird. They're called weird. I'm going to jump back to the Titanic thing because everyone looked at me all weird when I said it.
Yeah,
It's
I
quite
was
interesting.
I've not heard this.
It's all to do with the modern banking system and how there's a rabbit hole we can jump in now, and I need to be really careful that we don't do it. About how the modern banking system and money that exists today is debt. You don't actually own any money; you owe debt.
Yeah.
Own debt, which is all to do with when you borrow money and you sign that piece of paper, you give bank permission to create that money. That money didn't exist that you're borrowing, and then they ask you to pay back more. Well, that money doesn't exist, and that's why everyone's in debt, and that's why the world's in debt, because the money that you borrowed didn't exist, and now the money that you owe on top of that doesn't exist. The people that set up that banking organisation, those families, were due to be on the Titanic, and they invited all the other people who opposed it, and at the last second, none of the pro-banking families got on the boat, and everyone else did. There's only two other people, two presidents, who have ever introduced debt-free money into the system, and it was Lincoln and Kennedy, and both were assassinated.
Okay.
I think
Nazi confirmed.
Lincoln did it as wartime bills. They were like green bills or something like that, and they were completely. He just created real money without it being debt. And I'm not sure what Kennedy did. I fell asleep at that point, I think. After 3 days.
See, I fucking hate it now. I'm gonna go and research.
Yeah, but they're dead interested,
in
aren't
the
they?
room, you've just got like whiteboards and like you've just got lines going from everything. Just sitting there, it's like researching, like red-eyed, red.
Coming back to Kennedy, I believe the US government killed that president.
Probably because of the banking thing. That's what it all comes back to, isn't it? Because the banks own the government.
It won't be the US government. It's higher up than the government.
It's the lizard
government.
people.
I think
The government is a puppet.
It's
The government is what the
lizard
people look to.
Confirmed. Yeah.
Illuminati confirmed. Higher up than the government.
Correct. And then the air horns go off because we said Illuminati confirmed. It's on every YouTube video.
It starts doing that weird, like, opening money up and the pyramid coming out.
I love them videos. I don't really know any others off the top of my head. Like, I've probably read about 1,000.
There's conspiracies about everything.
I know a few, but not in detail. I know that people believe that Hitler was still alive.
Yeah.
And he was living down in South America in Argentina. I know obviously there's
With Maradona.
There's 9/11. There's the UFO sightings. There's the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah, I think conspiracy theories and documentaries about conspiracy theories do very, very good jobs of making you interested in things that you are not interested in.
Yeah, they do.
Do not care about
you
these
stick
things.
the History Channel on or Discovery Channel on, and that's it.
How it's made.
Doomed. Yeah, doomed. I'll sit there for hours.
I watched them making chewing gum once.
Yeah, how it's made. How it's made
Plastic.
lethal.
What?
Did you see how they make aluminum foil?
No, I didn't see
Aluminum?
Aluminum,
because it's American.
Aluminum and high school.
because it's how it's made.
There's an extra I.
My
Don't
school
call it that,
was
America.
called Ridgewood High School.
High school.
You must have been in.
So,
Yeah, mine was
Buck up.
School never
High
ends.
school.
yeah, thank you.
So this
Aluminium foil.
Weird side.
They literally get like a block of aluminium. Like,
What, they shave it?
no, like a block the size of like a few double-decker buses,
Yeah.
and they put rollers on it and squish it down,
And that's the foil then.
and that is the foil.
Are we wasting a lot of aluminium?
Apparently so. I watched it. I was like,
Hey,
You're
but at least my
telling me a
bread's fresh.
double-decker size bus of
it's squished
Aluminium
into an
block
aluminium foil
is
roll.
squashed into a roll.
They squash it and they roll it up, obviously, but
I really need to see that.
yeah,
Is this on how it's made?
it was How It's Made or Mythbusters or something like that.
Busters. That's another good one.
Or How Do They Do It? That's another one, isn't it? It's a,
like that.
how do they do it? It's a bit shitter than How It's Made, but you know.
How did they do that? I don't know.
Yeah, there is a lot of conspiracy
what
theories.
shit.
I mean, I didn't know that about the Titanic. I knew there was conspiracy theories about the Titanic, and why were they going so fast and all that kind of thing.
How can you not see
The
it?
captain was drunk.
How can you not see the iceberg that
They got it drunk.
So yeah, there's a lot.
Titanic. Conspiracy, I'm going.
I'll see you guys later.
I'll see you guys later.
But, yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. I'm with Ant really. I mean, I don't really care about them that much unless they directly affect me, which so far they haven't really. I mean, I was pretty upset about 9/11, but then conspiracy theories of it, like whatever.
There's a book here.
The buildings
just
have still
called-
fallen down and people have still died. So
There's a book that's called "I Can Prove It Was Not the Titanic That Sank." That's the next level of the conspiracy, really, isn't it? Someone took a fake boat into the ocean.
there's conspiracy
Flew it in.
theory, and then there's
Titanic's now gone.
just nuts. I think that's a bit nuts.
It's crazy.
They said the Russians took the Titanic, replaced it with a shitty boat that can sink, and they're going to bring it out when the nukes start because it can't be sunk.
Yeah. What do you think about the? I suppose they're not really conspiracy theories, but like the old wives' tales, because they're a little bit like that, like hangover cures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those that I try anyway. They never work. It's like there's apparently somebody told me there was
Dude, somebody will tell you anything and you'll do it.
no, because I was like, oh,
That's true.
hair of the dog, hair of the dog doesn't work, and I was like, oh, okay, like whatever then.
I was told the science behind the hair of the dog.
Yeah, so was I
they
recently,
said-
which is what I was going to talk before I was rudely taken the piss out of.
Oh
The fact that your
damn!
body stops making the enzyme that breaks down the alcohol that causes the hangover.
Yeah.
So having a beer reintroduces the enzyme needed, which is meant to obviously stop.
I thought it was just
But
hydration.
apparently it only works if you do it before you've got your hangover. If you try
If you
to...
stay drunk, you won't get a hangover.
European scientists got paid to figure it out.
It's not so much staying drunk, it's just beating the hangover. Like, because as soon as the hangover's on you, like, and then you start drinking again, you're just going to make yourself
Is that like when
worse.
they say like you can drink through it? If you just keep drinking, you just get sober. Like you drink yourself sober.
No.
No. that is an old wives' tale.
You just drink yourself drunk.
I think that's an old
yourself
white. That's
dead.
just a university thing.
When I went to Gran Canaria in my final year at university, I got horrifically sunburned, and at the time I spent all my money on going on holiday. I didn't have any money left, and painkillers over there were extortionate. I ran out within the first 2 days, and my way of coping with the pain was to be drunk all the time. The hotel was all inclusive, and
easy.
it was
Easy.
It was with breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Breakfast?
Yeah, I'm sitting there for breakfast. I've got a bowl of cereal and I've got
And
like a
mimosa.
rum and coke. I've got like a rum and coke,
how
and
you do it.
to speed up the process. Me and my friend Brett, we played a game where we got a deck of cards. We got like 12 like double rum and cokes, and we played high card, low card. and you call it wrong, you neck one. You call it wrong, you neck one. You get it right, you draw another card, and it was just, and I spent 7 days completely drunk, and I sobered up on the aeroplane back, which was.
But that was horrific.
Horrendous. My head was fine. It was more that me being sunburned and like sticking to the chair, and it wasn't great. But
I can't imagine you doing well in the sun.
The funny part was the doctor said to me, "You need to stay hydrated." Okay, so I'm like, yeah.
There must be a certain amount of water in said beer, so
It's true. It's not all alcohol. It's like 5%. The rest's water.
The
Surely.
sun doesn't like me. Let's put it
How
that way.
people say like coffee dehydrates you. That's actually bullshit. It's a diuretic, so it makes you pee. But the amount of water that you put with your coffee hydrates you as much as it dehydrates you through the diuretic effects.
Okay. Is that proven?
Yeah.
I'll try that.
So you're no more hydrated through drinking it.
But it doesn't
You're
dehydrate you.
you're a steady meat.
If I drink tea or coffee, I feel like I get more dehydrated.
That's the diuretic effect.
see, my dad, when I used to like go out or something, and then we'd come back and I'd be really thirsty, and Dad would like have a cup of tea. I'd be like, what do I want a cup of tea for? I want water.
I want lemonade. Okay, so to finish, this is something that was in the Metro or something like that. I don't know.
Local newspaper.
The newspapers that you get like in the kitchen area at work. Some people get the bus. There was a study done in Europe at universities that they actually studied hangover cures and how to reduce the hangover, and they paid all these millions of pounds, and the result was drink less.
Yes.